Good afternoon, everybody. So, little video to show what's going on. I think yesterday I showed you studied sipping Johnny Walker in the war room. I think I did a vid where I watched it go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and it went down to like 25, and by that point I had like $1 left or a couple of dollars left. It's just like, I ain't even gonna press sell, man, because the fee, I was just like, you know what? I never expected anything to happen, but I think I had an old stop loss an old TP in there at like the 2 milli mark, something like that. Let me see where I had that in at. Like the 1.98 mil mark, I had that, and then so I hid the coin out of my portfolio. It was like a couple of dollars, didn't even want to see that. And then today I suddenly get an alert of a sale. I'm like, okay, I looked up studies, and it's popped to 2.4, So I mean, and I just got that sold my initial, and then it come all the way back down to my average, and then it went all the way back up to like 1.7 just about. Probably should have sold there, but pretty much at that point I put like a stop loss below my average, which is what I was intending to do when I was cursing myself yesterday because I didn't put my stop loss at my average. When it went to like up here, I could have done that and broke even at least, but I kept hoping it was going to make a resurgence, right? Not go to zero, but it went to zero. But it's just, the only reason I'm saying it, happens quite rarely to me. You get a comeback from dust, right? You can see it was down to like 20k, something like that. As it happens, I kind of fumbled it anyway because I just put my stop loss at my average price again. I thought I'm not going to ride it all down to zero again, so it turns out probably should have sold on that second wave, but then I joined the TG group. They were saying it's going to do multi-tens of millions, yada yada. Maybe it still will, who knows. Look, it's going up as we speak, but anyway, little update on studied. The other one I want to talk about is Milton. Milton's had a little bit of play. When did I buy this? Like 3-4 days ago. For like 94k, so kind of if I hadn't sold anything I would have done 4.5x, something like that, but I've been chipping away on the way up. So what am I going to do? Don't even know what I'm going to do with this. I'll have a think about it and let you know. But you're up by 300%, so do you take your money and run? Do you hope it's going to ride? What do you do? Another one I just want to show you, AIZEN. I bought into this. This is Arena AIZEN. And what I did, I was looking at it. I was like, okay, let me go back to my old principles that if you can't get a good entry, don't do a trade. Because I've FOMO'd into so many recently and it always ends up going against me. So what I did was I looked at where it was meeting this resistance, right? You see this line I got right now, this dot line, right? And basically I put a buy order in on that line. It ended up filling it a little bit above it, I guess. I think, where did I have the buy order set for? Let me just even have a look. Had it set for 7.9, yeah, so maybe, no, that's what it got executed at. What was it actually set at? Can you see that? Yeah, buy below 7.66. So I had it, look there, exactly where it is now, but it ended up filling at 796. I guess I didn't have my fees high enough, whatever. But then, the whole meme, you buy the dip and it keeps on dipping, and that's pretty much what happened, but it had already bought it. So I thought, let me give it some. Initially, my intention was if it didn't bounce off that, I was just going to sell instantly, but this bought when I wasn't even looking at the screen, and then when I come, it was already down to here, right? So I was like, okay, where's it potentially gonna get some support from? And long story short, I thought, let me put my stop loss at around the 6 milli mark. Why did I even do that? I think this had already happened. This little downward. This little candle here had already happened. I thought, right, if that ain't the bottom, I mean, really you want that to be the bottom, but I thought I'd give it some room to breathe. I thought if that ain't the bottom, I'll sell out at the 6 mil mark. I'll take like a 25% loss on the trade, buying it at 8 down to 6, or thereabouts. So let's see what happens. It's probably, really what I wanted to do was snatch a buy at the 7.6, whatever I wanted, and then it's to like bust on up to like maybe 12, get a 2x, something like that. It hasn't really played out like that. We're into like downward momentum now, and I'm looking for a break even. That's what it is. I've not really done any. I think this is the only buy I've done today. I'm kind of, a round trip to Trump. Like, I lost so much recently on everything that I'm just like, you know what? Let me just stop, think about what I'm doing. Like, stop throwing money at the board, and just try and amend things a little. But yeah, that's how it is, guys. That's the latest.